Okay. Thank you so much for always being here, right here. Appreciate that. White police officer executed a black man. Cops are not allowed to perform executions. The officer did wrong. The way it ended, it did not have to end that way. Barbara, good evening to you. Thank you for being here this afternoon. Um, it's getting a lot of attention fast because you see a white cop on the back of an unarmed black man. You see the white cop go to the holster, unhook it, pull out his gun, put it to the back of his head, and fire one fatal shot. I thought watching George Floyd get killed in real time was disturbing. But this is more disturbing. This white cop takes out his gun, puts it to the young man's head, Patrick, and pulls the trigger. His parents say, here's what they told him about America. You'll be safe in America. When you see a cop in America, you'll be safe. There is really nothing else that we can look at to change anyone's mind from what we've seen. You can turn it to the left, you can turn it to the right, upside down. It does not change. This is one you cannot do damage control on unless you just think blacks are super stupid. Barbara says he just put the gun to the back of his head and executed him. That's exactly what he did. While the system is trying to do damage control, while the system is trying to figure out how can we make this not just a homicide, how can we put the word justifiable in front of it? Well, that's easy to do. Just put justifiable homicide in front of it, and you'll be telling a damn lie. This is one case that's going to go extremely bad, extremely fast. If that officer is not terminated from his position and placed in handcuffs, heaven is backing me up. This one's going to go bad, extremely fast. There is no defense for absolute wrong. None. The traffic stop. Plates don't match the car. Guy gets out of the car. Officer tells him the plates don't match. Mistake number one. He first puts his hand on Patrick. Don't do that. Valerie, I'm just coming in. Valerie, I love you so much. That is always good to hear. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, and I love you big time. Um, so now the guy is not quite understanding what this officer is saying. That's what I'm guessing. That's not a fact. That's just what I'm guessing. He does try to run. He does, but it's it's captured quick. So now we're rolling. We're rolling in the grass. Now here's the thing about a foot pursuit. It can be extremely dangerous. For one, you didn't search this brother, so you do not know if he's carrying a weapon or not, and you do not know how well he knows the neighborhood he's in. And if he knows it well, I promise you, the cop don't. You don't know who in that neighborhood will come out and fire on you for chasing him. You search the vehicle and hope that you find something somewhere in that car that will identify the subject that just ran from you. You do not want to put the public's life in danger. You don't want to do that. It's not manslaughter. It's not manslaughter. It's not manslaughter. It's first degree murder. It's just that simple. His mother said, they executed my baby. They executed. He's the father of two. He was working. Came to America for a better life. Came to America to be free. Was told, when you get to America, you're no longer a slave. You're no longer in danger. In America, you can be free. But oh, how wrong they were. It never fails when it happens. We got to beg people to do what they took an oath to do. We have to beg people to do what their job requires them to do. We shouldn't have to ask, please, can you arrest the officer? We shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to be holding a protest throughout the country to terminate the officer and put him in handcuffs. That's a no-brainer. You can't do damage control with that. You can't. Again, it's going to go extremely bad, extremely fast in this country if they don't put that white boy in handcuffs. And it's not enough to put him in handcuffs. He needs the charge that fits that crime. There is absolutely no legal way. There is absolutely no legal way you can call that a justifiable homicide when the officer is straddled a black guy. So you somewhat got him in your control. But you're pissed. Boom! Several experts I called today said that was unnecessary for him to do that. A foot chase for that? No, you don't do a foot chase for that. It's traffic violation. We'll find him later. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But we don't chase them down, catch them, and execute them because you're pissed that they didn't obey your commands. And the only way to end this is to end your life right now. That's murder. If I did it to somebody, my black ass would be in jail. Probably asking, are they going to give me a bond? If so, how much? When an officer commits a crime, my personal belief, that officer is no better than you and I. If I can get up to 60 years in prison for homicide, I believe if a cop deliberately commits a homicide, that cop punishment should be 20 times what mine is, simply because he is the law, and we don't expect the law to break the law. A police officer's penalty always must be double or triple to that of an everyday civilian. Because we do not expect cops to become the criminals we hired them to Chase. Valerie says, we got the police in front of us. COVID to the left, robbers and murderers to the right. We are surrounded. You are right on point, brother. Wow. I'm gonna quote you in my next live. I mean, you just preach. We damned if we do, and we damned if we don't. And you're making me think of something that I've been hearing white folks say. He should have stopped. He should have obeyed. If white folk was smart, they would think before they speak. They would go and do some research. And if they was intelligent enough or cared enough to do that, they will learn it doesn't matter how polite a person of color is. It does not matter if a person of color obey every command. If this is a diabolical, deranged, lunatic, white, racist sapsucker, people of color, life is still in danger. I stand with civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, the NAACP, and all others that are demanding that this cop be placed in handcuffs. I don't know what the holdup is. If they need a pair of cuffs, I promise you I can get them to him. He does not need to be at home enjoying family time. I heard someone who's not authorized to speak from the police, but they spoke to someone. I heard it, that it's a tragedy on both ends. I don't know how in the hell it's a tragedy on both ends. There's only one tragedy, and I saw that. The white man's not suffering a damn thing right now because he's on paid administrative leave, living his best life. So it's not a tragedy on both ends. That's a lie. It's not. It's not. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of here. Black people, y'all got to stop the bullshit. When I said the bullshit, this is what I mean. You got to stop that old Christianity bullshit. I'm going to pray about it. Let God deal with it. I got to forgive him because I want God to forgive me. That's your number one problem as a black person. You forgive too damn much and too damn quick. You got to get some fire up under your ass. If you ever want to have some peace in your life, black people, sometimes you got to put that damn no justice, no peace sign down and raise some hell. They're taking us for a joke. It's going to happen again. I was told that the video don't lie, and it doesn't. But here's the problem. People do. People do. That cop must be arrested. That cop must be dealt with before the streets deal with him. And they're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. All I want to say to you all, I love you big time. Thank you for your support of this channel and what we do. You all enjoy your evening.